Good evening, dear friends. Hope all of you are keeping well. As we were discussing in the previous sessions regarding the conditioned mind, choices, and how those conditions and how those choices are actually making our lives more miserable. The more choices we are opting for, the more conditions we are putting in our lives, the more conditions we are putting for rather our happiness. So we are actually moving one step back instead of moving one step further. So what can we do? That's a very common human tendency in all of us, and I don't see anything wrong in that. But once we understand that, once we try to, figure it out that why such sorrow, why such misery, and what is actually happening wrong in our lives, that the biggest thing, which is called happiness, is actually moving far away, while it should be something very easily and something very naturally come to us. Why it is not happening? Because nowadays we can see that too much of things are available in our hands, too much of pleasure materials are available in our hands, too much of knowledge is there, but are we having that wisdom enough to create that happiness which will not go away? We are actually running towards happiness that's something which is very impermanent in nature, that's something which doesn't stay with us, and that's why the sorrow is doubling, because we are all chasing for happiness and it is skipping away. So isn't there any path, or isn't there any solution to this? Yes, definitely we have. But for that, something which is very important, that is, what is the goal, and to practice that in our daily lives, and to practice it whenever it is possible for us. That is not something impossible. Life cannot be free from all sort of emotions, but how we can balance that? The biggest question is not avoiding the sorrow, not avoiding the misery, but to balance our own emotions and to create a balance, to have such a mind where it becomes stable, it becomes purposeful, and it becomes happy. And I believe all the religion, all sort of teaching, all sort of practices basically teaches us to attain that goal only. So the book which I was talking about, what does it say about our goal? What should be our goal? It says that our goal is to reach the perfection of all the noble and wholesome qualities latent in our subconscious mind. The goal has 5 elements to it: purification of mind, overcoming sorrow and lamentation, overcoming pain and grief, treading the right path leading to attainment of eternal peace, and attaining happiness by following the path. Keeping this fivefold goal in mind, we can advance with hope and confidence. So I guess if we are sure about what we want, so accordingly we can chalk our path, and accordingly we can move on. So it is not something very impossible. It is not something which cannot be attained. But for that we need practice, and for that we need mindfulness, and for that we need the wish and desire to overcome that sorrow, to overcome that misery, and to, seek for that peace of mind, that inner peace. So I think if we go through our own chalk out path which we ourselves have decided, or we have some guided path given to us, so I mean, I am not very fixed for the path which one chooses, but what I feel and what I wish for myself to attain something, that eternal peace or that permanent peace, which obviously leads me to a very balanced life. And I never deny that fact that a life without, it cannot be without any sort of sorrow, negativity, misery, but there should be a balanced mind which can overcome all these emotions, overcome all these negativities in a very positive outlook. So, my conscious effort will be to, give such kind of insights which I have gone through all these good books. And in my next session, I will try to share something again which will be very helpful for us. So, till then, I'm signing off, and have a good life, have a blissful life, and have a happy life. Thank you. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukha bhag bhavet.